Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. I'm just kidding. Hey guys, it's me, Jason. You can call me a teacher or whatever. But anyways, I wanted to talk about aliens because I have a friend up here on Facebook. And we run a group called Awakenings on Facebook, so if anybody on YouTube's interested, just run up there and search the group, ask to join. We got a bunch of admins on there, and we'd be happy to let you in on the whole experience there. There's a lot of kind and loving people there, so we just ask for the same respect that we give you. And in return you get a lot of enlightenment and knowledge and wisdom. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I was reading this post and it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Someone was asking about do aliens exist and why? Now, it's kind of a double negative there. I mean, they exist, but to us, they don't exist. There's a reason why we made it appear that way. Besides that, there are only like a select few that, understand that concept and believe that that's real. And it is, I think it is. Anything can be possible. But also, on the other side, anything can be impossible as well. It depends on the reality or the existence that you come from. Whether it's this universe, another dimension within that universe, another world, or even a star, or a moon, or a constellation, or an entire galaxy. Each being is in a different size or weight or whatever. It doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter. Never did. Intelligence is what we have already within us. I was having another side conversation with somebody online about do we need technology from these special beings from in space? And the answer is no. We don't need the technology because we're smart enough to come up with it on our own. We don't need anyone's help. As a matter of fact, we are all co-creators, which means that technically, and at some point in time, we created everybody else's technology at some point, and we were the ones helping other people develop in their worlds. Okay? Thing is that we're at a very young age, we're basically just starting over, starting fresh, just to see if we can do it slower, and if we do it slower, how different will our technology be? We don't need to rush into things or anything like that. We do have like 6-7 billion people here, but if you look at the maps on Google Earth, there's still like tons of land. Like, if I were to put a number out there on how many people it would take to populate the entire Earth at a comfortable pace, it would probably be about 20 billion people. And 20 billion people is still not a lot of people. There are some worlds out there that can inhabit like trillions of people on one rock. Yeah, it's true, that can happen, but, at the same time, those planets are probably larger than ours, probably the size of, like, maybe Neptune, something like Neptune, or, Saturn. Jupiter is pretty big, but the gravitational is pretty high there as well. You would have to be actually a taller or smaller person. I think a smaller size would have to fit on that. But yeah, as far as extraterrestrial beings go, there are quite a few types. I can throw out a few types for you. You know, we have Lyrans, Pleiadians, we got Syrians, we got Reptilians, we have Greys. We also have the angelic realm, which is actually a totally, it's actually another, it's like other dimensions. We have interdimensional beings. We also have multi-dimensional beings. There's also extra-dimensional and ultra-dimensional beings, which I can get into later. I already have some videos up there on my YouTube from the past that I've written, or I mean, you know what I mean. I wrote them, but I wrote them with my mind. Okay, I speak it out. But yeah, there's a lot of races out there. There's actually an infinite number of races. I was also explaining to this person online that every single person that lives on Earth or has ever lived on Earth is from a totally different place. Nobody here is from the same place. Yeah, we came from our mothers and fathers, and they came from, you know, all the way down the line, down to the grass, you know what I mean? All the way down to the water on Earth. Okay, essentially we evolved, but this isn't the first time that we've left Earth and populated the universe, okay? This is just a cycle that keeps going and going, and we don't ever stop with that cycle. I mean, it's just part of life. I mean, that's how we do. We never get bored, we never get tired, okay? We forget things for fun, you know? We do it on purpose. We don't try to remember every single detail constantly, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I did that, if I had all the knowledge that I could, the only thing that would keep me from being bored is if people came up to me asking me questions, or if they needed help with things. That would be the only useful reason why I would have all the knowledge, is to do that. And since I don't have that ability at this moment, I'm seeking other ascended masters and guides, spirit guides, whatever you want to call them. I don't actually see them. Sometimes I do, but not really. I don't need to see them to know that they exist, okay? They just enter my mind and they speak what they want to say, and, you know, they go ahead and mind their own business, helping other people. It's the same thing with death. I don't need to die to know that there's an afterlife, okay? I know it's there. But I have died before. I've been revived, and there was a whole cover story on it. You know, there's other hallucinations that I've had from doing some chemical substances, like Amanita muscarias, you know, with the ibotenic acid and the it turning into mucimol in the brain, and then, you know, it has a coactive, you know, reaction with DMT that, you know, triggers a massive hallucination or outer body experience. You know, I was jettisoned off into space, and I escaped the universe, and all this stuff happened, you know. And my friends were telling me that they were chasing me down in a triangle spaceship in, like, a pyramid or whatever, but they couldn't go as fast as I could. That was why they hitched a ride in the first place, was because they were trying to chase me down in the light bodies, and I was going way too fast for them. They had to get in a spaceship to chase me down, and the only reason why they got me was because I let them catch me. I just stopped. Well, I didn't actually stop. I actually got outside. I chilled outside for a while. It was very peaceful and quiet. Nothing much out there. But I went back inside. I decided to go back inside with some help. Somebody tried to convince me, it was my father. But that's besides the point. So, you got all these races, right? Okay, there is a history to this, okay? I don't know which races came first. I want to tend to believe that humans came first because I'm human. That's just me being selfish, whatever. Ego, call it whatever you want. That's just what I believe. It doesn't have to be your belief, but it doesn't mean that mine's not true and yours isn't. Both of ours are true at simultaneous time, you know? So It's not a linear discussion. This is all directions, all, all paths, It's extended beyond this universe, even beyond a multiverse. Places that aren't even called universes, you know what I mean? They're called completely different things in other languages that we can't even talk about because we can't describe it in this current state of mind that we're in right now. We're not allowed to convert it down to this language, but yeah, I am working on that. Things do take time to convert down, okay, such as images, visions, as far as like dreams, a lot of people do it. You guys all do it, okay? You sit there and dream one night, and you're like, oh man, I can't describe what this dream is, okay? And then later on in life, you go through something that's like sort of like a deja vu, and then you're like, oh yeah, I can totally explain what happened, but you forget that that was the dream you had a few years ago that you couldn't explain because it was too crazy and encoded. It was very encoded. Things have to be decoded back down, It always starts from the top, and then when you're all dreaming up there and you rush back down to 3 to wake up, you're actually vibrating a frequency back and forth, and that information has to send itself back down the levels before you're able to convert it back down to your language so you can describe it to other people. So, there's a lot of things that go into this, I could explain later, but as far as the Greys and the reptilians go, they want to say that reptilians enslaved a human being and cloned this person. They were like a superhuman type of person, I guess, and they cloned this person, right? The cloning process goes like this. You clone and clone and clone, and it actually diminishes in DNA. So you have to have more than one human to clone more humans. And they have them running their spaceships, driving operations and stuff like that. They're pretty much slaves, okay? Now, while they're up in space, they develop pale skin, larger eyes, because they don't have a lot of light. There's not a lot of light in space. Their eyes are getting bigger because it's trying to capture more light and enter the brain, okay? Their skin becomes light because there's no sun. They aren't getting a tan. They get skinnier because they require less food to operate. They aren't doing a lot of things. They aren't running around working and doing labor. All they're doing is typing on keyboards and, putting nodes on their skulls to run mind simulations, kind of like in the Matrix. So, other than that, I want to go ahead and end the video because this is like fresh in my mind right now. I do have a few pictures I'm going to post up there as well, but I just want to let you guys know that everything's cool, okay? We don't have to leave Earth. I mean, everything's good. We just want to be able to get out there and see what else is out there. It's all mainly curiosity, okay? So, with that, I'm going to close with a namaste and la catch, and remember now, don't be mean, play nice.